Hey guys, welcome back. It's Brandon, playing more trading card game shop simulator. The mouthful, the reckoning, the pain. So I was thinking, I know that's dangerous even for me. I was thinking, perhaps we remove this one. Because I can get two of these, and it's cheaper than, it's the same price as this. So this will actually pay for one of these. But do I need to? I mean, I'm going to have somewhere to put those, as I do not have an empty box. Game. There we go. We'll put you there for a moment. Pick you up to move you over there. Oop, wrong button. Oh, I dropped my box. Okay. So this is how we'll do this. No, no, Jerry, no. No, come here. Get out of here. I said Jerry. Why did I say Jerry? That's Junior. It's like, no, no, you're bad. No. I need an empty box of some sort, and I don't have one. Well, you know what that means, don't you? Do we open 6 boxes? No. No. But I have nowhere to put them, so I'll just have to watch this until this gets emptied. And see people be sorely disappointed. I just now realized we're 3 minutes in, and I haven't said the word from the word. Oh, I did not want to make a video today. Today has been a rather mentally exhausting day. Even though work wasn't that bad, it's just one of those days where it's kind of like bleh. And like I was sitting there going like, I really don't want to make a video. But I made a promise to not only myself, but a few other people that, you know, I would be consistent about doing content. There we go. And even though most people won't be watching it, I still made a promise, so I aim to keep it. So, as such, we're going to do a little bit of word from the word. And today's word is from Psalm chapter 37, verse 27. Ooh, that indigestion. Psalm 37:27. Depart from evil and do good, and dwell forevermore. It's actually a very simple verse. It's one of the Psalms, and as you know, there's a ton of them. They're made by a vast majority, I say a vast majority of people, a vast number of people. Not all of what, wow, this box was empty. Or almost empty. We'll just leave that like that. Really? He left 2 individual, I'm mad. So this is why we fired Junior. But the Psalms were written by, you know, David and Solomon and various other figures. Some are unattributed. And they're all songs and poems of worship for God. Lest ye be surprised. We can actually up the price of this. That stays the same. We're slightly over on this, but that's fine. We're still under on that. And we're still under on that. That people can deal with. They can just deal with a few cents. Look at all these basic card packs this guy's buying. But what I did, like, I didn't want to make a video and I didn't know which verse to do for today, and so I saw a funny little, actually no, not you, I said you. Saw a funny little thing that talked about how if you ever want to go read a random psalm, take your age and today's date, and there you go. Read that psalm. That is your daily verse. Because in almost every case, save a few, there will always be enough verses to do it. Now, the exemption to this is Psalm 22, which is only like one of the major ones that come to mind about exemptions is Psalm 22. So if you're 22, don't do this. Okay, he wants this, which is my shiny, and he wants to give me a worse shiny. No, I like my shinies. They are mine, and you will have to make big boy offer if you wish to have it. I'm thinking about getting another play table because it's free money. Speaking of, I need to hire you. He's gonna be more expensive, but hopefully he can manage this while I'm managing stock and talking about other things. Because I can stock faster than Junior. But like I said, in most cases, if you want to read a daily Bible verse, just start in the Psalms. Just start in the Psalms and work your way up. They're all beautiful songs of worship. I'll give you 27 even. Cool. So what's his name gonna be? What are we gonna call him? One moment, please. Man counter. Take care of the people. No, that's not what I said. And here I thought that I had plenty inventory. And everything just disappeared in a flash. Yeah, it's just been one of them days, man. And like, it's not anything particularly bad happened. It's just been a day. I don't know, I just kind of feel kind of bleh. And you know, there's actually a lesson to be had in that. There's nothing wrong with having a bleh kind of day. We should order one more of those. Because all that does is just go to show that, you know, it's okay to have bleh kind of days. Even bad days. It's okay. Not every day has to be perfect. Not every day has to be exciting. Not every day has to be filled with grand high adventure of the highest sort. I just restocked that. Why does the business owner complain about selling product? I just restocked those shelves. What you got, Bubble? Cool dragon. And you want this flower thingy. No, mine's worth more. He's doing fine. He's doing just fine. And this actually gives me a chance to get another play table in here. Because now I can focus on this. I don't have to focus on every customer. That should work. And here's what we'll do. Okay, you're not empty. That's good. And I want you to go back here. You can go here. You can go here. Said you can go here. And you go here. Cool? Cool. You're doing great, buddy. Terrence. Oh! Junior's name was Zachary. So Terrence. Terrence, you're doing a good job. Keep it up. What do you mean? You hired me without knowing my name? Yes, that is exactly true. I don't need to know your name, although it would be very helpful. One of these, two of these, two of those, one of each of those. You and one of you. We're going to be hard pressed to run a profit today, but all things are possible. He does cost me $150 a day, but I get the feeling that our sales are going to be more than enough to cover that. And this way you don't have to listen to the infinite beeping. That was one thing somebody told me. I adjusted the microphone volume a little bit, so I should be easier to hear. Because I was listening and I noticed that... oh. I'll give you 100. No. No, I won't. Wow. Shows how much I'm paying attention. I'll give you 90. Rude. But he was asking for over 100, and you only offered him 90, which was less than market. Yes, I am aware of this. I intentionally offered him less because he was asking for way more than the card was worth. You're not going to pull it a fast one on old Duke. Actually, I need to not do that. I need to use this box. That's the whole reason I got it. Those are full. Throw that up there. How you doing, Terrence? Pay all. I still had to pay Junior, even though he only worked a very minor partial shift. Let's see here. How we doing? Good reviews, good reviews, good reviews. So this scanner, you probably noticed this in the last episode. There was an update. There's a scanner thing. This costs $12,000 to unlock. But what this does is basically allows me to take my phone and I can just scan something and automatically order it. At least that's the way it's presented. We shall see how it actually functions later on. For I am confident that the dev would not lie. But I also realize that how things function are very dependent on how they actually work. And see, you know what's cool about this? Terrence doesn't leave randomly. He waits until the last customer is taken care of in the line and then he leaves. Which is good. I like this. I like this much. Alright. Let's restock a couple things. That's good, that's good. I think all of our pricing was fair. Start the next day. I have yet to figure out a way to completely eliminate dissatisfied customers. I don't think it's possible. You know, despite everything, we only lost $200. So today we should run a good profit. We're going to immediately open up. And I am going to order accessorize. Give me a box of these. No. There we go. All right. And now we can actually kind of roam around here a little bit. Because Terrence will take care of things while we're not in the start. We just gotta go and restock it occasionally. Huh. It's the first time I noticed it. These numbers are backwards. Okay, so we got 1984. That's a great book, by the way. But see, this is backwards. Did he put the texture on backwards? This one doesn't even have a number. Oh, ding dong. Ah, hit the pole. Come on, run, 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 run. Oh, look at that. See, yeah. He did flip the texture. He just copied this over here and mirrored it. Yeah, because this is how it's supposed to look. But then you go over here, and to try and make something slightly different, he ends up... That's funny. That's funny. $1.75. Cool, thank you. Alright, let's go and restock these. Can I help you, sir? We ding-dong ditched. We looked around. We found some odd textures. Game discoveries. Game discoveries across the board. Which I don't think... Oh, this guy's got something to say. What do you got, Bubba? You are asking over market, so therefore I'm offering you less than market. Not much less. Definitely less. Now, I'm pretty sure at any point I can go kick Terrence off if it starts getting too backed up in here. But I am confident the lad will do a great job. But an interesting thing did happen at work today. I had to restack an entire unit of plywood for one of my customers this morning. So normally the warehouse is pretty good about building plywood units. And what I mean by building is like exactly what it sounds like. They pull the stock from the big units and make smaller units for customers, matched order to fit, right? And so they had built this unit for a particular customer of ours, and they're pretty nitpicky on how they want things stacked. But they do give us some tolerance because, you know, sometimes they'll order one sheet of something. Like they have a lean mentality. So when they have a laundry list of plywood and lumber they don't mind, like they want everything separated, but they also understand when it comes to the plywood that just wrapping up and putting runners on a single sheet is stupid. So normally we build a unit. And we use that laundry list of items to build the unit. And they don't mind if occasionally not everything is entirely separated. In fact, I forgot to check prices. Do that real quick. Still lower. Still good. We can actually go up again. Wow. Yeah, we're good across the board. Oh, wait. I have a box out here already. What was I gonna say? Oh, so they don't mind that occasionally, you know, like if they order like a sheet of this, 3 sheets of this, 5 sheets of this, they don't mind if all of that is stacked right directly on top of each other, no spacers, no nothing between it. They just want cardboard between it so that they can tell what's different, even though in most cases it's plainly obvious. And the reason we came to this agreement, because originally they wanted everything separated. If it was one sheet, they wanted it separated with cardboard and runners. And we convinced them that was not a good idea, because as these units are on the truck, and even though it's strapped down, and I'm a decent driver, in fact, I'd say I'm a good driver, if you have a single sheet in the middle, that is your weakest point. And things move on trailers. I don't know if you've ever tried to, pull something on a trailer. It doesn't have to be a semi. It could be like a little gooseneck or little pickup or whatever. Things like to move. And they like to move around a lot. And so when they do move, sometimes the bad happens. And if the bad happens, well, nobody wins in that case. So, I got to work this morning. It's 4 a.m. And I'm like, okay, let's check the load and make sure, it's loaded correctly, it's loaded balanced, there's no issues, things like that, right? And I noticed that unit has the problems that we were just talking about. It wasn't built correctly. And so I said to myself, okay, self, let's fix this. And by fix this, I mean like bump it up against a pole or something, just something enough to where, it's not so crooked. Because some of the sheets didn't line up. It looked pretty bad. And so I was thinking, I'll just straighten it up a little bit, and I'll drive super careful, and I'll put some stuff around it and try and keep the structural integrity of the unit. And when I went to take the unit off the trailer, it got worse. Like it almost fell to pieces. Like it almost came undone like a deck of cards that slid across the table. And my first thought was, oh no. And so I'm like, I'm going to have to fix this before I can leave. I can't put that on the trailer with it already wanting to fall apart. because it's just not making it to where we need to go. That's just not happening. There's 2 left in there, okay. So I had to make a decision. Do I, you know, take the whole order off and have the warehouse fix it, and then I'll come back? And pick it up and run it later? Or, this is a very important question, do I fix it myself since it's early in the morning once I get access to a way to do such? Oh no, Terrence is going to take forever to do this. Let's see, do we got any reviews that say long wait times? Nope. He's doing fine. It'll take him a minute, but he's doing fine. I want to make sure the floor stays stocked, because I can do this way faster. I can do everything faster, but now you don't have to listen to the incessant beeping. Which I think is a win for everybody. But you may have to, because if this line gets any longer... Yeah, lights are on. Okay. Are these... These are almost... Okay. How long does it take you to pull 4 ones? And this is... What's so funny about this is normal speed. This is him operating at a normal speed. Ain't nothing normal about this. This is slow. I'd hate to see what slow actually is. But, anyways. So I knew at about a little after 5, there'd be a guy that comes in to open up some of the warehouse buildings. Specifically the mill. But I thought he had access to the other buildings. He doesn't, by the way. He only has access to the mill. So, I go down there and I say, hey, do you have access to the other warehouses? And he goes, no, I only have access to the mill. And I go, do you have banders down here? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, cool. I have a unit that's about to fall to pieces. Do you mind if I come in here and restack it? And he goes, I'm not going to stop you. He goes, why would you have to do it, though? And I go, you'll know when you see it. And so I get on a forklift, go drive over, get the unit, come back. And he looks at it and he goes, the warehouse built it like this? And I go, see, this is what the problem is. And I explain it to him, and what it is we use metal bands that go around the unit. And what happens is there are some guys who just don't know how, like, they're afraid to crank too hard down on the unit because they're afraid they're going to damage the material. This is a concern. This is a legitimate concern. However, it is a much bigger concern if it can't get there safely because someone didn't wrap up the unit when they built it. Like, if they didn't wrap it up correctly, it doesn't matter how good I, strap it on the trailer. It's not going to matter. And so, okay, those prices are coming down. That's a good price. We are still slightly above. This is great pricing. If it goes up even further tomorrow, because it was 25 something yesterday, now it's 26 something. So these are going up for some reason. I think it has something to do with the play tables. Random rarity pack and card price might increase. So yeah, everything has a chance to, every card has a chance to go up and down in value. Oh, that's a thing. Alright. Moment of tutorial time. So, manage events. This is like tournament play. These guys on the table, they're playing, standard format games. They have to rent these tables from us. This is why I keep saying it's free money. So we get $7 an hour per person. Now you can actually change the game. And you have to do things to unlock it. So if we were going to exclusively do nothing but basics, Pauper would be fine because we pay $50 a day, but we get $8 per hour. It will pay for itself. Not very much, but it will pay for itself. The pro is that all the common packs and card prices might increase, but every other card pack, rare, epic, and legendary, that goes up. Then you got Fire Cup, and these are like the elemental cups. So like this, the number of people played is the limiting factor on this. And then you got like all the different options and things. Let's see what Dude Man's wants. I'll tell you what, I'll give you 100. I'm feeling generous. 110. Alright. See? He does the same thing I do. See, these two guys have not bought anything yet, but they're queued up to once they finish their game. And so what the game does is, when you get two people that sit down to play, it rolls a dice. And they can play from anywhere. They can play anywhere from 30 seconds to 5 minutes, I think. So it could be a short game, it could be a very long game. Most of the time it averages about minute and a half. Somewhere in there. But it has a wide variance that it could fall in. I remember sitting here one time playing this, obviously not here on the channel, but playing this game, and there's these two guys that just, I'm over here rearranging furniture, restocking, and there's two guys just playing there. And I'm like, don't these guys like have a home or something? And short answer is no. No, they don't, because they stayed here for like the whole 5 minutes. Now, granted, that was a lot. That was, you know, good money for the two people here. In my case, like, is it actually worth it? $210 went out of our pocket for bills. Now, it will be worth it, because see, since he's waiting here, the AI knows something I don't. Most AI are stupid, but this one is actually pretty smart. He knows that one of those is queued up to buy things. So what's our bets? Is it Greasy McNeckbeard? Or is it Greasy Skater Boy? Neither one of them are gonna buy. Dudes. One of you was supposed to... Huh. Okay. Clearly, I was wrong about that. That's never happened before. That's interesting. That is very interesting. But now we've reached the end of the episode. Sorry I wasn't as chipper and, you know, talked about good tidings and things. It's just kind of a bleh kind of day. But I promised that I would get a video out every day for the next, I think it's 3 months. He wanted me to do it for 3 months. And I said, bet. So that's where we stand. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Save the game. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. God be with you. Say your prayers. Read your Bible. And as always, toodles.